Over the past several years, parents have begun to opt their children out of state assessments in significant numbers. By the 2014-2015 school year, almost a quarter of U.S. states failed to meet the federal assessment participation requirement. What is the opt-out movement and what drives it? What are the consequences to schools when large numbers of students do not test annually? And what are some solutions to address the core issues? Randy Bennett, a research scientist at Educational Testing Service, has been exploring the dynamics behind this movement and the impact it has on public schools.
The opt-out movement is an organized effort to refuse to take state-mandated assessments at the elementary and secondary level. The movement was large in some locations and almost non-existent in other locations. Those who support the opt-out movement tend to fall into a particular demographic profile. In the 2014-15 school year, the highest incidence of opt-out occurred in New York State. The New York State Education Department reported that those who refused to test tended to be white and were more likely to be from higher socioeconomic circumstances. When you look at polling data, it also turns out that parents from lower socioeconomic circumstances have more favorable views toward state assessment than those who are from higher socioeconomic circumstances. Why do parents from lower socioeconomic circumstances have more favorable attitudes towards state assessment? Possibly because they get tangible benefit from state assessment that others do not. For parents who are experiencing persistently failing schools, state assessment gives them the evidence they need to advocate for more resources, for greater attention to their kids, and for greater effort to give their kids the quality education that they deserve. State assessments are important because they're the only comparable measures of student achievement that are disaggregated by demographic group at the building level. When students opt out, those measures are distorted. That is, policymakers, educators, parents, and the public have more difficulty understanding how effectively a particular school is educating each of the groups of students that attend it. Students from racial ethnic groups, gender groups, disability groups, and language groups. Assessment organizations like ETS can do at least two things. First, I think they need to communicate more effectively with the public, educators, parents, and policymakers about the value that state assessments can provide if they're used appropriately. Second, I think that assessment organizations like ETS have an obligation to create tests that are worth taking and tests that are worth preparing for.
Dr. Bennett's research also examines other factors contributing to the movement, including an analysis of student testing time, an analysis of public attitudes about testing, and provides details on other motivating factors. For a copy, visit the ETS website at www.ets.org/K12/optout.